reading wrap up. In September, I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books, which I honestly feel like is pretty good because it was a very busy month. I can categorize September in 3 things. It was my boyfriend Josh's birthday, I got COVID, and then it was his dad's birthday, and like that was my September. And while I had COVID, I was like initially kind of thinking it would be good for my reading and I could just get a bunch of reading done while I was sick. But one of my symptoms was really gnarly headaches that made it just really impossible for me to read. So I didn't get much reading done while I was sick, but 8 books, I'm still very, very proud of that. So today I'm going to talk about them, give you my reviews and everything. But before we jump in, just a quick little announcement if you care. If not, you can skip. I'll put a timestamp. But I'm doing something kind of cool in the month of October. I'm calling it streamoween. And so basically every Tuesday and Thursday during October, except Halloween Day, I will be streaming on Twitch. I'm going to be playing like Animal Crossing. I'm going to be doing a spooky island and maybe some other stuff, who knows. But yeah, I'm going to be live twice a week on Twitch, twitch.tv/HaleyJean. Just a little announcement, come hang out with us on Twitch if you have some downtime this October. Every Tuesday and Thursday, I'll leave the link to my Twitch in the description box. Without further ado, thank you. Sorry for chatting your ear off. Now let's talk about the books I read in September. So looking back on the month, a lot of my reads were on my Kindle. So we're gonna start with the Kindle reads and knock them out of the way, and then we'll do the physical reads at the end. September was an interesting month for me because I actually had a TBR. On my vlog channel, I did a video where I used a little jar full of prompts to pick my TBR for the month, and I normally don't set monthly TBRs because I don't like I'm just a big mood reader. I don't want to have like a schedule of what I should or shouldn't read, but I actually think I did a really good job with my TBR. If I remember correctly, I think I read everything but 3 of the books on my TBR, so that's a win for me. But yeah, okay, so the first book was actually a DNF, so that's unfortunate, but it was a really long book. It is Darling Venom by Parker S. Huntington, and this is a dark romance, and it's very heavy. Trigger warning, it deals a lot with suicide and depression, but it's basically like a best friend's brother kind of romance, enemies to lovers. This was like really, really popular on BookTube probably like 2 years ago, and I never read it, but I just picked it up randomly, and I actually liked it. Like, I was having an interesting time because it is wild. Like, I did not expect it to be as dark, I guess, and like twisted as it was. So I was entertaining and it was fun, but this book was like 600 pages or something absolutely fucking ridiculous, and towards the end I just like literally was like over it, and I just was like, it didn't need to be as long as it was. But then also the love interest in this book, this is just like a random little fun fact, the love interest is a gynecologist, a male gynecologist, okay, and there is a scene where she visits him as his patient, and it did not sit right with me. It did not sit right with me. It did not sit right with me. That's all I'm gonna say. technically it's on my TBR because it's an ARC, and if I ever get sent an ARC, it's like automatically at the top of my TBR. So it is Night Shift by Annie Crown. This was actually originally a story on Wattpad. Now, before all you hating ass bitches, okay, immediately just ignore this book and write it off as I'm never gonna read that. I need you to listen. Listen to me. So this originally was published on Wattpad, and I didn't know that. I never read it back in the day, but I found this book through Instagram. I was just scrolling through my reels. You know, follow me on Instagram at HaleyJean. I post really cute reels. Just saying. And the author posted like a little teaser of the cover, and I immediately was like, oh my god, that cover is gorgeous. Looked it up on Goodreads, read the synopsis, and Sylvester apparently has something he wants to say. So I went into this as a complete like third party, you know, because I wasn't really like a big Wattpad girly back in the day, and I didn't read it before that. I'd never heard of it, so I didn't even realize it was a Wattpad story until I was like halfway through reading it, and I noticed there was a little Wattpad logo on it. But either way, it was so good, and I genuinely think that Wattpad has so many talented writers, and it gets kind of a bad rep for no reason because it is really such an easy and accessible way for people to post their work. And this, in my opinion, is Wattpad excellence. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. So this is a new adult college sports romance. Our main character works at the library, and one night our hero comes in, and he is a basketball player at the college. I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. If I was like in an alternate universe, if I ever dated an athlete, it would be a basketball player. So I loved that. That immediately drew me in. But he comes in and he's like, hey, I'm taking a poetry class and I need help. Can you help me? And one thing leads to another. She ends up tutoring him, and it is so good. It is so good. You guys, it was so fun. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Read it. After that, I picked up Sophie Lark's newest release. Sylvester, what the heck? Speaking of cats, actually that's literally perfect timing. The book is called Minx. So, thank you, Sylvester, for that perfect segue. Minx. This is a very, very, very spicy billionaire escort romance. And honestly, it was fun. It was spicy. And the smut was good. Sophie Lark always writes good smut. And yeah, I don't remember too much of the plot now, like looking back, because I read it when I had COVID, but I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. There is just something that is so addicting about Sophie Lark's writing style that I really enjoy. So, okay, then after that, I read another little spicy read. It is Not So Lucky. This was my favorite. Sorry, this was my first book by this author, Jelena Pucci, and I really liked her writing style. It's super rom-com-y, so if you like rom-coms but you want them to be really spicy, check out her books. They're pretty short, super spicy, but they have a good plot. But you have to like the banter, rom-com kind of dialogue. But yeah, I gave it 3 stars. This one is like a one-night stand Vegas trope, like accidental marriage or whatever. And they're like he also like shares her with his I said he also shares her with his friends sexually. Yeah, like in the bed. Yeah. So 18 plus on Kindle. Enjoy if you're into that. 3 stars. I really liked it. It was fun. was. And when the artist posted this cover and I saw it was hockey romance, I was like, oh my god, checked it out. Applied for the ARC, read it. Man, when I tell you, I was so excited. And unfortunately, I did not enjoy it, you guys. I'm so sad about this. I'm just so sad because I was anticipating it so much. I was like posting about it. And it wasn't bad by any means. I gave it a 2.75, which I think like rounded up to 3 on Goodreads, but for me, there are just so many college hockey romances out there nowadays that I feel like when I read them, I need them to be like do something a little bit different, try something a little new maybe. And I felt like this one just didn't really do that. And like the pacing and the plotting was very strange. Like I just couldn't like get my grip around the story, if that makes sense. So yeah, the hero was really cute, but he kind of felt like he was like perfect, like he had no flaws, which I didn't really like. And like the spice was good, but I don't know, by the end of it I was just like skimming, like trying to get through it because it just didn't have anything that gripped my attention, that like was different or unique, or I don't know. If hockey romances are like your bread and butter, your favorite, you might really enjoy it, but it just was forgettable to me, unfortunately. Okay, the rest of the books are physical. So the next book I read in September is a children's book, a middle grade, I believe. This was on my TBR, but I'm so glad I read it. This is the Spiderwick Chronicles by Holly Black and Tony Ditterlizzi. This is the first book, the Field Guide. These are just tiny little middle grade books. They kind of give me like series of unfortunate events vibes. But if the series of unfortunate events was about fae and fairies, oh my god. I have the entire series. I never read it as a kid, but I got them thrifting. I found them secondhand, and Holly Black is one of my favorite authors. So I've been meaning to read them, and I'm so glad I finally started. I'm definitely gonna continue the series, but yeah, it's just so cute. Just a cute children's story. And I gave it 4 stars. So the Spiderwick Chronicles. You will not see me reading children's books written by TERFs this Halloween. I'll be reading this instead. After that, I read, I'm sure you guys will hopefully be excited to know that I did in fact read Credence by Penelope Douglas. When I hauled this on my channel, I have never gotten so many comments of people being like, please read it, I need to know your thoughts, I trust your opinion, blah 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 blah. So I did, and I actually filmed a reading vlog, which I am going to be posting on my vlog channel. I'm still editing it, because woo, this book took me on a journey, okay? It took me on a journey, and editing it, it's like reliving the drama, okay? But I'm doing it, so subscribe to my vlog channel if you haven't. But this is a taboo romance about a girl named Tiernan who, her parents die, okay? And she is 17, she's gonna be 18 in like 2 months or 3 months or something. And her step uncle, like she's not biologically related Goodreads. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go do it. And if worst case scenario, I'll leave if I don't like it. Well, she ends up romantically and sexually involved with all three men, her step uncle and both of her step cousins. Again, she's not related to them biologically, but there are some overlaps. So yeah, it definitely is taboo. Now, normally I really like the way that Penelope Douglas writes spicy scenes, but I feel like in this book, because that's just not something that I'm really into, if you know what I'm saying. The smut, like, wasn't that enjoyable for me. I kind of just, like, you know, like, it was well written, but I didn't get the fanny flutters that I normally do. But I will say, I was fucking entertained throughout this entire book. Like, it is nearly 470 pages, and I was never bored, not once. So it's like, I liked the story, and it's like I didn't want to put it down, but I really did not like the romance. I didn't get the emotions from it, and honestly, not gonna spoil anything, but she ends up with just one of the three boys. She ends up with just one of them, and I don't like who she ended up with. I actually think she should have ended up with someone else. So yeah, I ended up giving it 3 stars. I had to dock 1 point for the weird incest and 1 point for who she ends up with. But otherwise, like, it was fun and juicy, and like, honestly, like, every Penelope Douglas book, I like the writing style, similarly to Sophie Lark. Like, even if I don't really care for the content, the writing style is always just enjoyable for me. So yeah, 3 stars. Kind of anticlimactic. I feel like people either love or hate this book, and of course I'm like right in the middle, but that's just how it is sometimes. Stay tuned for my October wrap-up, because I have another controversial dark romance that I'll be reading, if you want to see that. I don't know if you can hear, it sounds like my cats are like screaming in the background. I'm like, am I hearing it, or is it happening? Okay. Credence, cool. Then I tried to switch things up, and I picked up this thriller. This is The Stranger Upstairs by Lisa Matlin.